I'm going to go ahead and get started. Um, this is really on my mind, and usually I'm a very happy-go-lucky kind of like person, especially when it comes to my tech stuff. You know, I love the world of tech. I love the good things about it, and I love and I there are good things that I like about it, and there are a lot of bad things that occur. There are some ways in which it has benefited a lot of people in a good way, and then there are ways in which it can be and has been and proven to be in some areas very destructive. The Texas mass shooting. There's not a lot of information out right now. I'm just going to use the Texas mass shooting for the basis of this conversation. A lot of people say things can be prevented. Um, a lot of people say that we should have guns or we shouldn't have guns. Um, all that aside, question is, how can you and or I help? Good question. Sometimes in life we have to be reactive. Sometimes we can't be proactive. Sometimes we just have to genuinely be reactive. The tech space is such a diverse group. It's unlike anything on the planet. What do I mean by that? Again, we have these sometimes seemingly wonderful mobile devices that give us access to things that our parents and our parents' parents would have never thought of. But these things also give us access and insight into the people that are in and around our respective communities. Again, we don't know specifics just yet, but we're going to talk about Buffalo for a brief second. There were a lot of information. The tech space helped give some insight into that individual's motives, thoughts, views, and beliefs. Why? Because he streamed what he was doing for a brief moment anyway until it was shut off on Twitch, a social media tech platform. Now, he knew what he was doing, but what also happened was he told on himself because a lot of people, some people found it entertaining, unfortunately, but a lot of people were smart enough and had the wherewithal to save that information and get that information and report it back to the authorities. The tech space, I know a lot of people don't want to snitch, but when lives are at stake, how would you feel if somebody had the opportunity to say something but didn't? That could have been your loved one or mine. The tech space is so wonderful because there are a multitude of ways of helping authorities, whether you like them or not, get enough information to properly ascertain as to who may or may not necessarily be a threat in our communities. Notice I never said anything about you personally coming forward, putting your information out there as, oh, I'm the person who said it. Again, we know there are people who like, what's the term, is attention seekers. We know that. But maybe you know information that can be vital to saving one life, one life, and you don't take the opportunity to say something. It's probably going to haunt you for a long time, maybe even the rest of your life. Do you want that on your conscience? Now, when I say tech space, let me back up for a second. When I say tech space, a lot of people think YouTubers or people in IT. No, the tech space, That is everyday people. If you have one of these, you have a tablet, you have a smartwatch, you're in the tech space. And there are countless ways of you being able to be a key player in saving someone's life. Yes, there are the general phone numbers and things like that. There are the websites that you can report things to, FBI, Secret Service, things of that nature. But are we really utilizing those tools? In a lot of ways, no. Are we looking at and taking things like screenshots of people that just say some bizarre things online? Keywords that I won't say because I don't want YouTube to take the video down, but you can use your imagination. Keywords and or phrases that sound like either they would do harm to themselves or other people. You watching this video are part of the tech community, whether you realize it or not. You have a very powerful tool in your hands, in your pocket, in your purse, on your desk, in your car that can genuinely save the lives of a lot of people. Now, moving on to the Texas shooting. Again, at this particular point, at least publicly anyway, we don't know a lot of information. There's not a lot of information that's been shared. But I guarantee you that there's somebody out there who does. Somebody out there who knew that this individual was not all there for whatever reason, right, wrong, or different, medically, clinically, whatever, knew that this person was talking this kind of mess and has proof of it, but potentially hasn't brought it forward. Do you want to be that person, again, who has the tool, who has that one piece of evidence that could change the lives of a lot of people for the better? Now, unfortunately, this individual decided he wanted to take out, 13, 14 people, most of which are children. That's a coward move. I'm going to call it for what it is. And I don't care what side you're on, whether you're a leftist or a conservative. That doesn't matter. When it comes to the lives of children, all bets are off. Somebody knows who this individual is. Somebody knows the conversations that this individual has had that would lead to, unfortunately, this tragic end. Just like the Buffalo shooter. Now, this dude, again, he told on himself with his long, crazy manifesto. But people were paying attention to what was written because it was rhetoric that was spewed by a hateful group of individuals. And there have been plenty of other individuals who have confirmed his rhetoric based on regular conversation, things that posted on your his Facebook and Twitter pages and things like that. I say that to say us, now I'm speaking to tech people, your IT people, your vloggers, your tech reviewers. Some of you may feel this way, maybe you don't, but I'm saying I think you should. We kind of we have the opportunity, or we have the tendency to take what we refer to as trolling as just that, trolling, somebody's being a jerk in the comment section, whatever. But there are a lot of trolls out there, and they're becoming more and more blatant, who do stupid stuff like what happened in Texas and what happened in Buffalo. You may know or have information that can prevent further shootings or answer the questions that a lot of these families that are grieving right now, can give them the answers that they want and need. Give the authorities, the proper authorities, the tools and the equipment and the information to further combat this on, unfortunately, still a reactive, but be proactive about going after the individuals or watching individuals who spew this type of stuff, who then has somebody who takes it to the whole extremist end and does something that kills a bunch of innocent people. Use your phones. People are real quick to take video and photos of somebody's downfall, a fight, and, world star. What about taking that same footage and actually sending it to the police because somebody got assaulted in the wrong way, assaulted for no legitimate reason? Or videos that pop up, where unfortunately, somebody's child was abducted. What if that was your child? What if that was your mom? What if that was your dad, your grandma, or even a close friend? I'm not trying to sound like a PSA, but it's the truth. Texas can happen and probably will happen again and on a larger scale if we as a group, as people with at least a little human decency, take the time to use this tool and not just hop on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for entertainment purposes. This is a tool that can be used for good. It's a tool that can be used for evil. I know that sounds like very generic terms, but it's the truth. It's either good or bad. There's nothing in between. Because if give you an example, if you have the information that can help save somebody's life and you say nothing, you are part of the problem. To me, you're just as guilty. Just say it. What happened again in Texas is a horrific thing. And I implore anybody and everybody, if you know of anybody who's talking that kind of crap, talking crazy, talking weird stuff, and you've got screenshots of it, go to your authorities. If you've got anything, or if you know anybody that is talking this kind of stuff in your own circles, but you don't feel comfortable publicly coming forward with it, use this tool to say something. You know, my daughter is 7. And when I was a kid, I was a kid. My mom, she was a single mom. She didn't worry about me going to school. I mean, all parents worry about their kid, being okay in school, but not like this. Columbine. Some of you watching this may have heard of it in passing, but I was around when it happened. What parent sends their kid to school to worry about whether or not they're going to come home or not? Just a food for thought. You have more power, more authority in your hand than you think. This is not just an entertainment piece. This is not just to communicate. This can be a tool to save your life and those around you, and even people that you don't even know. Just think about that. We all want to feel good for the sake of feeling good, but are we willing to do what's right simply because it's just the right thing to do, even if we're uncomfortable with it? Back to my daughter, like I said, my daughter's 7. She's a very smart, intellectually gifted child. She loves helping people. She wants to try to do better. She wants to meet new friends and has hopes and dreams and aspirations of being on America's Got Talent for whatever reason. Notice none of her thought process is, am I going to make it home? I'm thinking about it. Am I going to get the phone call? There's been a tragedy at my daughter's school. I don't want that phone call. I say every parent's worst nightmare. If something happened to your kid. As parents, we're our kids' heroes. And when we can't save our kid, we feel horrible. Just saying, we live in a world right now where people are just so angry. And a lot of it is just misguided, ill-directed anger. guilt, shame, whatever. It's okay to have your opinions. But when it comes to kids, as an adult, whether they're yours or not, we're supposed to protect them. We're supposed to fight for them, even if it means our life. There's 13 parents, set the minimum sets of parents, who feel like they failed their kid because they couldn't save them. Somebody knows something. Again, if it's not, even if it's about Buffalo, if it's about this Texas situation, or God forbid anybody else, if you know something, if you are afraid of your voice being recorded, I know a lot of people are paranoid about that. Okay, pick up your phone. There are anonymous text places you can send text messages to. If you've got photos or videos, there are ways to get that information out without you being labeled or identified. Please use this. I'm not saying hack anybody's pages or anything like that at all. But for you guys in the cyber, um, the watching people stuff, man, please start saying something. I don't know how to do that stuff, but a lot of y'all do. Say something. I'm tired of hearing about kids and innocent people being killed for no reason. I'm tired. You know, I'm just makes me more tired as soon as I hear about it after the fact. This person on Facebook or this person was saying stuff on Twitter, but people saw that stuff and never said anything. Say something. Or the next Texas mass shooting could be in your backyard. We gotta do better. I don't care if you're black, white, Democrat, Republican, whether you're Christian or Muslim, it doesn't matter. We gotta do better. If you're not gonna want to do better for a kid, then I don't know what else to tell you. For kids, man, just they didn't deserve it. And I would genuinely, at my heart of hearts, hate to hear something happen in your backyard or it was one of your kids and come to find out afterwards somebody knew something that could have prevented what occurred. My name is Brandon, and It's a different type of video. Um, Thank you for watching. Again, I implore you, if you know anything, if you've seen anything from whomever this individual is, make sure the authorities get every bit of information, even if you don't think it's significant. Your idea of insignificance could literally be the proverbial piece that could bring a lot of information, bring a whole case together. Because if I knew something, I would say something. Because no kid deserves that. No parent deserves that. No community deserves that. That's all I got. Y'all have a good night.